Hello everyone, my name is Pritika Nair and I'm the person behind stayatHomeMummy.com. It's a website that I created for inspiring stay-at-home mothers and also to help parents in general simplify their parenting issues. Today, I'm very happy to announce the start of a new section on my blog called Meet Our Inspiring Sams. And the inspiration for this section also came about from a lot of stay at home mothers themselves who I happened to come across in my journey as I started writing this blog. Now, there are some stay at home moms who are very happy and satisfied with the idea of staying home with their kids all day long, experiencing and enjoying every moment of their growth with them. And they don't really feel the need to do anything other than take care of the household, raising their children into becoming well mannered, cultured, and responsible adults. They find that entire experience absolutely gratifying. And what a beautiful thought, isn't it? And then I also happen to meet some other stay at home mothers who I would say somewhere feel pressured by this conventional or stereotype image that unfortunately exists in our society today about making women feel as just a stay at home mother. So when women choose to quit their career aspirations behind and sit home to raise their children, they're often thrown questions by the society like, so why aren't you working anymore? You are highly qualified. Why are you wasting your skills? Or maybe some women are even, when they start arguing that there is no one else to look after their children, then people say that there is always the option of a caretaker or a daycare center. So why don't you step out and work? So these SAMs, which I will be covering in this section every month, are those women who chose to rise above this mindset, who are still not working in the conventional 9 to 5 kind of office setup. They are brilliantly managing their household, looking after their children, and in the little time that remains after that, they, in order to fill that void in their heart about not being able to step out and work, they are pursuing their interests, following their passions, and living to fulfill their dreams. And they're doing remarkably well without, regardless of any monetary earnings coming along the way. For some, it has. For some, they have started earning, and it's good for them because that is remarkable reward for their effort. But for some, even if there is no monetary earning, it doesn't stop them from making one move every day, one step every day towards fulfilling that dream, towards leading a much more happier and fulfilled life. And these are the SAMs which I will be covering because they highly inspire me. So I'll be talking to more such women every month with the hope of inspiring more stay-at-home mothers like me to come out to the forefront and start living their dreams because there really is no right time. When you think you are ready to start something afresh, just get started. So today, for my first post, I am very honored to have Simi Anand with me. Simi is a stay-at-home mom to a lovely 5-year-old girl, and she's also a children's book author. Simi has successfully written and published 2 books on for children, and she will be sharing with us today her journey from being a stay-at-home mother to becoming a children's book author. So welcome, Simi, and thank you so much for taking time out to have this chat with me today.
Okay, hello, namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you for welcoming me, and it's a great honor to be on your show, that to the first guest.
Thank you.
So, this idea of inspiring stay at home moms, this is very good. We really need it in today's society because uh, people who go to work after kid, they are also said things. People who take a leave, they are also said things.
Yeah.
So, we really need to get out of that mentality and start helping, inspiring people around us.
Thank you. Thank you, Simi, for your kind words. And yes, that is the whole idea. This is the idea which came to me, which I want more and more, women to come forward and start sharing their inspiring stories because we really have a lot of people like this among us. It's just that, but again, we also have women who still feel low, who still feel depressed because they're not able to work after their kids happened. So, you come across such people and you feel that no, we can actually help them. We can help them come out of that mindset. So this is the whole idea which I have started out with, and let's see how far we are successful in this. Okay, so
Yes.
let's begin, Simi, by knowing a little bit about you. Could you tell us something about yourself?
So I did my graduation from Manipal. It was a medical field, nuclear medicine,
Okay.
and then I also did the MBA. But then it's said that whatever God plans for you, that happens. So after the break I took for taking care of my child, during that time, this idea came. Actually, it all started with a dream. Three continuous nights, I got a dream, a very good dream. In the morning, I will get up and think, oh wow, this is such a good dream. A movie can be made or a book can be written on this. So the third morning, when this thing happened, I was like, I can't make a movie, but I can definitely write a book.
Wow.
So then I researched 3 4 days about book writing, publishing, and all these things. And what I saw, what I read, it disheartened me a bit because everywhere it was like it's a very tough task to get a book published, and it's even tougher task to get actual sales from book.
Yeah.
So I was worried because I don't know anyone in publishing industry. How will I go through all this? How will things uh, go well? But then I thought that, okay, I am at home right now. So the only thing I have to give now is time. So I can maybe do it. And then when the thing comes about publishing, we'll see when that phase comes.
Yeah.
So I thought that, okay, let's do it. So after thinking a lot, and I started on this journey. So I started with novel actually, but because of time constraints, I was not able to give total dedication and time for that, because in that you need to focus on one whatever you are writing.
Yeah, it takes
So
more
what will
time.
happen, like, yeah, so I couldn't give much time, maybe half hour a day. Like my child was small, and I was taking care of everything on my own, without any professional or any mates or any help.
Okay.
So I really had time constraints.
Okay.
So then slowly it became a task to take out time and write. By the time my child sleeps, I get time, but I was tired. Then I couldn't write every day.
Yeah.
So it became too much for me. Then slowly, my daughter, she was growing up, and she was used to reading books. So I was searching books for her, story books with models, which are based on proverbs, like the one I have written. So I was
Okay.
searching that type of books for her, but I was not getting, because what I got was very small stories, maybe 10-line stories or hardly a page stories. But
Mm.
I thought she needs a bit big stories, but I was not getting that type of things. So
Right.
I was like, I'm writing a novel, so why not I can write a children's book? I
Right.
can write the stories for my daughter. So it all started with that. I postponed it a bit. I thought I don't want to leave the novel unfinished.
Yes.
But then one day I thought that, okay, if I stay behind a novel, I might not able to do anything. So
Right.
let's go with this feeling, because I felt a pull towards writing this children's stories. I
Mm.
felt the idea very nice, and my daughter might love it. So I went ahead and wrote stories, and I narrated to my daughter after writing every story, and her reaction, like, she is my first critic actually.
Okay.
So her reactions were very good, and she even gave me ideas. Mama, write on this thing. Mama, write on that thing.
Wow.
In my second book, one or two stories, the ideas she has given me.
Okay.
So this started. Even my husband suggested few of the topics for second book. So
Okay.
like traffic signal thing I have written, and cleanliness parts. So those are suggested by my husband, and
Okay.
one two by my daughter. So it was very nice to write and see that you are getting such a nice response from your own home. So I
Yeah.
thought, like, it's a good thing to teach kids, and hopefully if everyone likes, they can learn something new, and maybe we can these kids are the future. They can make the world a better place.
Correct. Yeah.
So yes. So after this writing books, I started blogging. Being an author, I didn't want to limit myself to a certain specific domain.
Correct.
So I go for like parenting blogs, travel blogs, general blogs about my life
Very nice.
styles, and even I have written blogs for my books, so that people can decide, they can know what's in the book.
Get an idea
Then
about. Yes.
Yes, yes. And then I also went ahead and started a YouTube channel. This was my dad's idea.
Okay.
So, yes, so my dad used to teach me new words. And I feel because of him, whatever I know, my vocabulary and all, it's because of him. So I told him that why don't you teach Gia also? Now she's also growing big. So he started teaching her. Then we thought that we can make videos.
Yes.
So we have started making videos, informative sessions. Daily we'll be coming up with one word, and word might be simple for us, but how to make a child understand that. So we are doing those videos also, and I'm also doing illustrations, like all my blogs. I don't have any Google images for that. I do the illustrations on my own. I'm learning illustrations actually.
That's very
So I'm, yeah, multitasking.
good. That's like your plate is full currently, Simi. You have lots to handle, and it's really nice. I mean, being a writer myself, I there's one thing I wanted to ask you. Have you ever written before this? I mean, you told me that after your daughter, when you were looking for a storybook for her on Proverbs and you were not able to find one, that is what inspired you to start writing a book for her. But before this, had you ever written earlier, like when you were a child or maybe growing up? Did you ever write?
Yes, in my school, for the school magazines we have, so I wrote few poems and few short stories. So they were like maybe 2, 3 times I wrote. It wasn't that much. I didn't have that much inclination.
But
I loved reading books,
but
but writing not much. I used to maintain a diary, and like when I was pregnant, I used to write mails to her.
okay.
That's what. But apart from that, not much.
So
I
that's
almost most.
amazing. I mean, if you've not written before, so getting the confidence to write a book, that actually takes a lot of courage to, think on those lines that because book writing is something which doesn't come naturally to everybody. So writing blogs is still like, it's creative expression. So it is your free expression of what you think, what you feel. But writing a book does not come naturally to everybody. So taking that first step in that direction, because it just reflects how strong a desire you had to write a book for your daughter. And you gathered that courage to write that book. And today you have written two books, not just for your daughter, but for children like her across the world. I believe your second book has also had an international release,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. So yeah, so that is like amazing, Simi. I mean, I think full points to you for all that courage and the beautiful thought, the noble intent behind it. That is really very
Mm.
nice, very inspiring for a woman, because I think such thoughts really get left behind about what am I here for? Am I here only to look after the household? If you want, you can actually do anything. If you've never stepped foot into that arena before, you can still go out and do something on those lines. You just need to have some courage to do that. So that is
Exactly.
really commendable, Simi. Very nice to hear that. So let's talk about the two books that you have written. Would you like to show them to us?
Sure, sure. So this is the first book, Storytime with Proverbs. This is available only in India.
Okay.
So this book has 8 short stories. Uh, 8 are there. They are
Okay.
based on topics such as teaching the kids importance of savings, teaching the kids importance of health, and many other topics.
Okay.
So what I did was when I wrote the book, I was not from a literature background, so
Yeah.
I wrote it whatever came in my mind. But when I gave it to my editor, she told me that some words are a bit tough for 5-year-old kids, so
Okay.
remove it. But I was not in favor of removing, because I have been an avid reader all my life, and I feel because of that I learned few things. I learned new words. So I said like books are for knowledge, so kids should learn new words. So I told like we can make it like a vocabulary section, provide word meanings, so kids will learn new words. In
Yes.
with stories, with models, new words also they will learn. So here the word meanings are provided for all
Okay.
the difficult words. And then all the stories, they have activity sections like question answer. This is fill in the blanks. In some, there will be true or false.
That's nice.
So you
Okay.
can ask the children after finishing the story, and you can ask if they really understood the story, how much they grasped. And then in the end, there are answer sections for that.
Okay.
So I feel this book is like for teaching models as well as teaching vocabulary. And then my second book, Story Time with Proverbs Part 2, this is available globally. It
Okay.
released last week itself all over the world.
Okay.
So it has 6 short stories. So in this also, all the stories have vocabulary provided here at the end,
Okay.
word meanings, as well.
Okay.
And then question answer section, and then it is circle the correct one like that. So
Activities.
many
Yes.
such activities are there.
Yes.
And then apart from this, the new addition which I did in this was trace and write activity
Wow.
and
Okay.
coloring activity. So I feel this book is a complete package, fun and learn package for kids. If
Coloring,
they are not,
right? The
yes,
next section is coloring. Yes. Okay.
yes, coloring.
That's nice. Yeah,
So
that's a very good concept, Simi. So it is
yes,
not just reading out stories to the child, but also encouraging them to do activities themselves, which they
yes.
can learn along, right? So very
So
nice.
they can learn model values, they can learn proverbs, they can learn new words, they can do coloring, they can do a bit of tracing and writing. So
Yeah.
I feel it's a total fun and learn package for kids.
Very nice, very good. I like the idea of you coming about with this thought of writing a book on proverbs, because we don't find too many books, moral stories books or children's story
Yes.
books on this concept. And
And even if
growing up, even we have learned. Sorry, yeah.
yes, no, even if we find they're very short stories.
Okay,
So I think my stories are a bit big, but
longer.
it's okay. 10
Yes.
years kid to read it.
No, children love, I think listening to stories, reading stories. So, one
Yes.
thing that I liked is even we have grown up as kids learning proverbs, but there are lots of proverbs which we have probably just mugged up along the way. We don't
Yes.
really understand the deeper meanings of every proverb there. So, introducing the child to understanding the meaning behind each proverb. For example, we say health is wealth. Now we know what is health, what is wealth, but how do we connect the two? So, introducing children early on to understand deeper meanings of these phrases or proverbs that have come about since ages, that's a very good idea. So, I like
Yes.
that concept. That's a very innovative concept. So, it's
Thank
nice.
you.
So, what is the age group you would recommend these books for, Simi?
According to word count, it should be like 5+ years kids, 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
But my daughter was around 3 years old. From that time, she's reading these big stories.
Okay.
So it can depend on the child. If they have the patience to sit for a bit long stories, they can definitely sit. And I feel there's no like age for models, age for learning models.
Yes,
We
absolutely.
can learn models and good things anytime.
Yes, absolutely. So at the age
Yes.
of 3, I think you would be reading it out to her, right? And by 5 or 5 plus, she was able to read it out on her own.
Now also I only read, but now like she has read it so many times that she knows it by heart.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
right.
sometimes
Yes.
she doesn't know learn reading all the words. She knows like only 3, 4 letter words she knows.
Yeah, which is fine.
But if I take the book, if she knows which story it is, she will say everything line by line.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's very good, Simi. So, have you got a good response so far from others as well?
Yes, it's an okay response because I'm just new here. People
Yeah,
don't know me, so as far as people know who have bought, I have got really good reviews from kids.
yeah. Okay.
When my first book released, published, I mean, and after that there were 2, 3 kids who were like, "When is the second book coming, Auntie?"
Okay.
So they're eagerly waiting. So
Really
it
eager.
really,
Yeah. Yes.
okay, I have to do this for these kids at least. So
Yes.
yeah, I love the response, whatever I have got till now.
That's very nice. So, is there a part 3 also in the making on story time with Proverbs?
Definitely want it. So the book released last week only internationally, and I'm working on other book right now. But yeah, if the response is great globally, then I will definitely work on part 3. Right now, I'm trying illustrations for my next book. So
Okay.
let's see
So,
what happens.
these two books illustrations have been done by you, or okay.
Not not by
Right.
me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it was also like a struggle only getting a illustrator.
Yes.
So then my husband said that you can try illustrating, so you won't be having so much trouble finding people and all.
Yes.
Because what happens is, it's my story. I have written thinking something,
Yeah.
but I'm giving to an illustrator. Sometimes they don't understand what I want to convey, so
Yes.
they don't make it. So there's a bit of that gap.
Gap comes in.
So yes, so I felt that if I'm writing a story and if I am only illustrating, that gap will go. So
Correct.
that was the reason my husband suggested it, and I thought, yeah, that is actually good. I can uh, try learning. If possible, then maybe in the future books it will be illustrations by me only.
Yes, absolutely. If you're comfortable writing in Hindi, may I suggest Simi probably come up with a book on Hindi proverbs for children.
Sure,
Even
no,
that
sure.
might be a good idea. Might get good response from kids because there are lots
Yes,
of Hindi speakers as well. You know, children who like to read more in Hindi. They find those kind of concepts better. So maybe come
yes,
up with a book on Hindi proverbs this time. Just
definitely.
an
Maybe
idea.
I can get them translated in Hindi. That also can be done. The
Right.
same story.
Absolutely. Yes. That is also a good idea. Correct.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Simi, let's talk more about how do you actually balance time out between being a stay-at-home mother and taking time out for pursuing these interests. You have your plate full right now. You are writing. You've already written 2 books, but you told me you're blogging. You are also working on your unfinished novel, right? And you are making YouTube videos and you are learning, you're trying your hand at illustrations. So how do you manage time out for your interests, your passions, along with, being a stay-at-home mother to a 5-year-old?
It is definitely difficult. Before I gave priority to my child, so that novel was
Put
like
on hold.
left.
Yes. Yes.
But now what I do is this. I feel very pull towards writing these stories, and because I say to my child that yeah, I'm writing a story for you, so she is very happy. She will let me write. Otherwise, she is like fussy that you stay with me, you play with me. She
Yes.
is that type of- so it becomes difficult for me to take out time. So if I tell her that I'm doing blogging or illustrations, she will not let me do. But
Yeah.
if I tell her that okay, I'm writing a story for you, she will let me. If I say that okay, come on, let's make a video, we'll learn one new word, she'll let me do.
Yeah.
So those things I can do in the daytime. But for other things, mostly it's like after she sleeps in the night, then only I can do it.
Okay.
So a good thing is I don't have a boss hovering over my head with a deadline. So I'm
Yes.
like, it's okay. If I get time, I get time. If not, I can do it later also.
Correct.
So it's a bit of struggle, but it's okay. Somehow it's going on.
So time, you think, is the biggest challenge right now. Of course, because
Yes.
she's small, she needs you for a lot of things. So you feel time
Yes.
is a major constraint here.
Yes.
So if you put that constraint aside, what is driving you to, still do this? I'm sure you must be very tired at the end of the day. What is it that is
Yes.
what is your driving force, you would say, to actually, after finish, you just mentioned you don't even have a house help. So let's say
Yes.
after finishing all your household tasks and putting your daughter to sleep in the night, you still look forward to doing something of your interest. What is the driving force behind it?
Driving force is just like because I
How's this
love
whole journey
writing. I
helping
don't.
you, if I may put it that
Uh,
way?
yes, because before all this, like till I was doing job, it was fine. But after leaving the job, I don't know, it was like hormonal issues, like after having birth or what. Maybe sometimes people make you feel that oh, you are just sitting at home.
Yes.
So I don't know why. So I felt that I'm just wasting my degree. I have so much of degrees, but I'm just sitting at home. But now after publishing these books, I have a confidence in me, and it's like I've restored confidence, and it's not like anyone can break me easily now, anyone can bully me now. I feel I'm mentally very strong now,
Very nice.
because
Okay.
yes, people like one incident I have even written in my blog. Once I was in a park with my daughter, and one elderly uncle, he asked me, "So, do you do job?" I said no. So he's like, "Oh, you should do job. You should not sit at home." And I felt very bad. But how do you know what my life is?
Yeah.
Even staying at home, I get hardly 3 to 4 hours of sleep. So how are you, and why are you judging me? So these things, there are people who, I don't know, intentionally or unintentionally, they just make you feel that okay, you are just wasting your time, your skills. So it depends on people's mentality. Some people take it in good way. Some people are not bothered. They are chilled out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did pinch me sometimes. So I wanted to do something, and I didn't want to leave my daughter in the care of a nanny or anyone. So I felt this is the best thing I can try, staying at home, taking care of my daughter, and doing something. And I'm really enjoying this, writing books, bloggings, illustrations. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. And you're enjoying it because it has brought some positivity in you, something to
Yes,
look forward to. It has restored
yes,
your confidence, as you mentioned. And do you
yes, yes.
also feel, Simi, that with all this joy and positivity in your life, you are able to carry out your household tasks or look after your child better? Do you somewhere feel that it is helping you stay happier, and with that happy mindset whatever you do also happens more smoothly, more peacefully? Because as stay at home moms, it's very natural for us to get frustrated at times, and all
Yes,
that
yes.
frustration starts getting vent out on our children. So I
Definitely.
feel that, when you do something, if you feel it doesn't hold true for everyone, but when we start feeling that we are just doing this, and if you shift your focus to something else, you start feeling happier and relaxed from within. And that
Yes.
starts showing in your attitude towards other tasks as well. At least that's how it has happened with me.
Yes.
So I was just curious to know if others also feel the same way.
But sometimes I feel like definitely it has brought out positivity, confidence in me. But sometimes I feel that she can give me a little bit more time. But it's okay. She's small also. I can't complain. I only chose to give her priority, so I can't complain that she needs me. She's a
Yeah.
bit of a clingy child because she has seen me only 24/7 every. She has never stayed away from me. So like for this interview also I told you to do it on a weekend because if it's a weekday and my husband is in a meeting, it will be difficult to do it.
Yes. Yes.
So it is difficult to manage sometimes and I really get frustrated. That is also there. I will accept that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That is all natural. It all comes. I think it happens with all of us.
Yes, yes,
But well, like as you said, when you involve her in this whole process, she makes things easier for you. So if you tell
yes,
her, I'm
yes,
writing a story for you, she would, happily give you that time. If you tell
yes,
her, let's make a video, let's learn something together, then she likes to be involved and engaged. So maybe
yes,
this is one skill which you can try with her, that, keep her engaged in this whole process of what you're doing. Even if you're blogging, maybe just, like an editor, just make her sit with you. Whatever you write, take her ideas. It might just help. So I think,
yes. I, when
this
I tell
works.
I'm story for you. So she'll be sitting on my head and, Mom, when will you finish? Mom, when will you finish? I'm like, better give me some time, I'll finish.
Yeah.
And as soon as I finish, I'm like, finish? Okay, come, tell me, tell me. So she's like very eager to listen to the
Yes.
stories.
Yes. Yeah. No, things will change definitely, Simi, as she grows older. They'll
Yes,
start understanding things more. And I think one thing which I always feel is that, which I was just about to ask you, that do you ever feel mom guilt? I think part of it you've already answered, that you feel you're
yes,
not able to give her more time after you've started pursuing your interests.
yes,
So I think all moms, all of us somewhere feel that guilt of doing something for ourselves. But one
yes,
thing which has helped me, all this while, since I started, writing this blog and stuff, I feel that one thing which has helped me ditch this mom guilt is to maybe, just set a timetable sort of thing for whatever I do in the day. So I
yes,
share this with a lot of people with the hope of helping them as well. So maybe, there is some part of the day which is dedicated for your housework. And I realized that we don't feel guilty when we're doing that, because that is to be done, right? We have to cook. When we don't have a maid, we have to do the housework, whatever is there. But when we are doing something other than taking care of the house and raising kids, then it starts, creeping in as mom guilt. So
yes,
the one thing which worked for me was, when I'm doing my housework, I'm not feeling guilty and I keep my kids engaged in a lot of activities. If they have to watch TV, which is fine, there are times when we allow that also. And then when I have to do my work, that is my time. And in between these two things, between taking care of the kids and my time, there is a time which I keep for spending time with them. So something which I'm sure even you'd be doing. And then when you're spending time with the child, then just let the child I mean, just keep that as us time, where you don't get distracted by either housework or anything related to your personal work. So there are no distractions. Even your mobile phone should not be distracting you. Okay, I usually put my phone on silent at that time, and I'm just spending time with them, maybe playing a game, reading a book to them, or just playing with them, whatever it is. Okay, and then I make them understand. Okay, so now is Mama's time. Whatever it is, half an hour, 40 minutes, how much time I want to do my work. I would tell them, now I have spent time with you, so now I want to do my work. In that time, I usually keep screen time and all reserved for those 30 minutes or 40 minutes that I know that I'm going to be engaged, where I know that nothing else can engage them. So maybe just try charting out a timetable. I always recommend this for kids and even for adults, for moms
Yeah.
especially. We all need a timetable on a wall where we know what needs to be done when. So it doesn't start getting onto us, doesn't start irritating us, doesn't start creeping in as mom guilt. Something which has helped me. So I wanted to share with you also. Maybe it helps you in your,
Yes, yes, definitely.
interaction with your daughter. Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yeah. So, any final message for the stay-at-home moms there, Simi? Just as an inspirational,
I would just say that first, to if your child is taking up your time, then definitely you won't have that clarity of mind to
yes,
think what you want to do, how you want to do.
yeah,
So once your child is like maybe going to school, then you get a bit of spare time, then you can think. So it's not necessary that you need to go for job only to earn something, to do something. So you can check, like if you want, you can definitely go and do job. But there are other alternatives also. Pursue your passion, your hobbies, and when I was in doubt before starting all this thing, like my books were ready, but the publishing thing was a bit of a struggle, finding a publisher, finding editor, finding illustrator, and then the thinking that will the book sell, will so much investment be
wasted.
coming back, will I get
Yeah,
money?
yeah,
So my mom said me one thing, so that I would like to say to everyone.
yes,
Hopefully, it can help them decide. So my mom always said that first find a place to stand, then you start walking slowly, and then you can think of running. Don't directly think of running. So that has really helped me. I somehow found a place to stand, and then yeah, after standing, I could have a better view. Like after I started searching for publisher, for illustrator, and all these things, slowly I got started getting knowing more things. After publishing a book, I thought I came to know, okay, how else can I do promotions? How, like I have even learned website designing, not fully. It I had help from my husband, but I made that also. I'm doing illustrations, I'm doing YouTube videos, editing them. So slowly, I'm learning new things. So this is like I'm learning to walk now. Hopefully, I'll be able to run soon. So I would just say that give it a try. If you are feeling something that you can do, so give it a try. It might be difficult. Nothing is easy in this world. So
yes.
just give it a try, and then slowly, things will work out.
That's a very beautiful thought, Simi. And we just need to try. We need to find our footing. And once we have found the ground, as your mother rightly said, we can think of walking and maybe eventually running on that path. So, on
Yes.
that beautiful note, we'll end this session. Thank you so much, Simi, for coming and sharing this inspiring story with all of us. I really hope that the way it inspires me, it inspires more stay-at-home mothers like us to just get started on any journey that they want to pursue. There is never the right time. If you want to have the second innings in your life after kids happen, there is never a right time. The moment you decide you are ready, the moment you want to do it, I think the right time just starts from there.
Yes, yes.
So,
It's never too late.
I'm sorry.
It's never too late to
It's
try.
never too late. Yes, absolutely. So, on that note, we'll take leave, and thank
So
you everyone for watching this. I would really appreciate any comments, any thoughts from you all. This being the first post in the section, and if you'd also like to be featured on Stay at Home Mummy, if you have an inspiring story to share, if you're happy being just a stay at home mother, or if you have risen from feeling low, feeling depressed about what you're doing with your life, if you have pursued a passion, if you've made a name for yourself today, being a stay at home mom to your kids. So I would love to have a heart to heart chat with you, just like today I had with Simi. Please get in touch with me, and I'll be very happy to have that chat with you. So thank you so much. I will see you next month with yet another inspiring Sam story. And thank you so much, Simi. Thank you for joining in today and taking time out. Bye bye. Bye bye, guys. Thank you for watching this.